Fortress 2 has been in development for over 10 years now. 10 years! In that time, the online multiplayer shooter has gone from being Battlefield-esque to being something more like a Pixar movie. In fact, the Team Fortress we have before us today is barely recognisable from its old-school shoot-'em-up roots. But sometimes change is a good thing, and Team Fortress 2, out now on PC and next week on 360 as part of Valve's Orange Box, has certainly proved that. Team Fortress 2 is, like its predecessor, a class-based online shooter. That is, a multiplayer deathmatch where you can choose a particular role to play, and Team Fortress 2 has 9 of them. Each class has its own particular powers, weapons and vulnerabilities. If you're a spy, you can run fast but you're weak. A demo man has massive firing power but is slow. A soldier is a solid all-round class, as is the medic and the technician. For me, the spy class is the most fun. You can disguise yourself, leading to some crazy espionage action, and you can sneak attack your enemies with a single stab of your flick knife. The gameplay is incredibly fun, and is one of those games that is easy to pick up and learn, but really difficult to master. Valve has gone out of its way to make the game accessible. The levels all have distinctive elements so you don't get lost. Game types are all explained, and even the classes themselves are tailored towards those who want to have fun without necessarily having to have the reflexes of a pussycat on PCP. In fact, jumping into a game and just playing as a medic, for example, can be a great experience. You can stay off the frontline combat action, but still play a valuable role and have fun.
Sentry going up!
With the myriad array of classes, weapons and powers, which all have their own strengths and weaknesses, there is a lot of variation in gameplay. In fact, the maps are so well designed and the game types so different that you won't find yourself ever getting the slightest bit bored. Now, we couldn't review Team Fortress 2 without talking about the graphics. They are luscious, almost film-like, and whilst more straight-laced gamers may scoff at their cartoony look, they might be won over by the fact that not only is there quite a bit of tasty gore in the game, there's also a lot of power here to test the most tricked-out gaming rig. TF2 looks great on older PCs, but on the Xbox 360 or a PC with an up-to-date spec sheet, it really is sublime. So Team Fortress 2 is easy to pick up and play, as well as offering a lot of depth for gamers who really want to get into it. Where are the downsides? Well, there really is quite a big departure from the look and feel of the previous Team Fortress games, and for some gamers, this might be a bit too much to get past. If you think that you're going to be one of those gamers, well then pick up Battlefield or Quake Wars and go and enjoy yourself. But for everybody else, there are really no disadvantages to getting involved with this game. Seriously. Well, except for the fact that you might lose a few years of your life to it. Like its older brother, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Team Fortress 2 gets a sweet 5 stars.